So now that we've chosen the appropriate club and you've checked that there's plenty of bounce angle on your sand wedge, we're going to take a setup to the golf ball, using a similar setup to the way we've been chipping, the way we've been pitching earlier on in this system, but now we're going to actually just adjust that setup slightly for the specific bunker shot. One of the key things we need to appreciate here is that when we hit the shot, we don't actually aim to hit the golf ball. We aim to hit the sand before the golf ball. So you're aiming to strike the sand, the club will go underneath the ball and lift that cushion of sand and the golf ball out together. It's effectively deliberately playing a fat shot, deliberately aiming to hit before the golf ball. Now what I'm going to do, just to help you understand this and help you see this on the camera here, is actually draw a line in the sand as a reference point. The line is going to be around about 2 inches behind where the golf balls are. So I've got a line of 4 golf balls here. I'm just going to draw a line in the sand around about 2 inches behind as a reference for where my club should enter into the sand. So if my club strikes into the sand on that line, takes a divot around about 6 inches in length and then pops out on the other side, the golf ball will come out in the middle of that cushion. So when I take my setup now, I'm going to do a similar thing to what we did before where we open the club face, almost like we're playing the flop shot here. We open the club face, it's setting the club face up square, then twisting the grip, and then going ahead and making the grip. That does 2 things. It adds a bit more loft onto the shot. It also increases the amount of bounce that we have, so the bottom edge now sticks out even more. Again, that's a good thing. It stops the club digging in, it bounces the club through the sand and kicks the ball out on the other side. So the club will open up and aim nicely to the right-hand side of the target for the right-handed golfer. We can also now account for that by aiming our body to the left-hand side. So I'm going to draw a couple of lines in here. One line this way for my feet, one line out this way for my golf club, and one line out the centre there, which is the line that the golf ball should take. So just as demonstration purposes, line to the right is for the club, line to the left is for the feet, the knees and the shoulders, and the line out of the centre is the line that golf ball should take as it pops out onto the flag. So you can have a little setup now, feet aiming to the left, club aiming to the right, and settle yourself into a nice comfortable position there. The width of stance is probably a little bit wider than you would normally take if you were just chipping the golf ball to this distance, but don't forget you are going to need to hit this golf ball a little bit harder than it would be normally off the grass because of that little cushion of sand that you'll be taking that will reduce the power for the shot. So we widen the stance up nice and wide, take a grip towards the bottom of the club, which gives us a nice element of control. We feel that the golf ball sits just slightly ahead of centre. So if the line that I use to hit on is in the centre of my feet, the golf ball will sit just ahead of that. Remember, you're not trying to hit the golf ball, you're trying to hit the line. So position the line in the centre of the feet and then swing down, hit the line and allow that follow through to happen. Now your length of backswing, similar to a normal chip shot, your length of backswing will differ depending on the length of the golf ball that you're trying to hit, the length of the shot you're trying to hit. One thing we really need to keep a keen focus on here though guys is a good follow through. Because we're going to hit the sand first before we get to the golf ball, if we don't follow through, the club will just dive into the sand, get a bit stuck in the sand, and the golf ball will come out very short or maybe even not clear that lip at all. So if we can make a reasonable length of backswing, a nice aggressive strike down into the line and quite a good follow through, we should get the sensation that we're hitting into the line, through the golf ball, and actually tossing quite a lot of sand onto the green. And the golf ball will come out in the middle of that patch of sand and land on the putting surface, hopefully as close as possible to this yellow flag.